Hey y'all, CM here, and this is my most recent acquisition. Here is a Benchmade balisong, Benchmade Model 45. You don't see these very often. I was I was lucky enough to find this when totally out of the blue. I went on Jersey Devil on the knives for sale trade area, and I just wanted to look at some pictures of some knife porn, and I saw this thing. And if y'all know Glenn on JD, very stand-up dude, Mr. Invictus himself, he wanted $250 for this BM45, and he said it's definitely a user. It's been sharpened. There's some play in the handles, or blade play, but I never owned one of these, and I love the hidden pins. And I am absolutely in love with these Benchmade hole patterns, as you can see from the balisong that I made for myself. I tried to copy that as much as possible. But I got this for $250, and he threw in a couple extra goodies too, like a paracord neck sheath, which is not in the same room with me, I believe. Nope, not. But let me just get to brass tacks here about the knife. Get the scale here zeroed onto it, or the ruler zeroed. Okay, we are at close length 5.5, maybe just less than 5.5. While we got it closed, let's put it on the scale. Zero this out. We're doing on ounces, yes, because I no longer smoke marijuana, so I don't need to set my scale to grams. Yep, I've been off the pot. That's the single thing I kicked, or the last thing I had to kick. Yeah, so I'm off that. Been off marijuana since Tuesday. Yay me! There we go. Almost 6 ounces even. We'll pop it. What's it called? Do a latch drop. I never was good at latch drops until I got one of these. Until I got the Amada High Hollow Ground, because the heavier handles definitely make a difference. So he said it didn't latch open securely, the latch flip around. So I did a little peening of the tang pin just to put some life back into it. But we got about an 1/8 inch thick blade, which I'm not really a big fan of. But in this case, I was willing to put that beside me here. So what we got here, fully opened 9 1/4, and got this beautiful blade here with a weehawk to it, slightly unsharpened. I guess it'd be a good beginner's butterfly. I prefer a double-edged, but maybe I might sharpen that swedge. Why not? But let's see here. Get a look at these grinds. Back before they etched their logo on, that's actually stamped in, Benchmade USA. There's the milled channels in these handles. I'll show you the amount of play here, which really doesn't make a bit of difference. It's all a mind thing, as far as butterflies are. As long as that blade ain't, the edge ain't walking into the side of the handle, as long as there ain't that much kind of play, it's all a mental thing. There's nothing wrong with it. So there's the tang pins that I kind of peened and widened a little bit. Latch is securely closed, which is the hardest kind of thing to fix, I think, because that involves shimming the blade, which usually means putting shims underneath in the channels there. But all in all, I'm very happy. Good $250 well spent, because this way I can lock this into my milling machine vise when I get my digital readout installed, and I can use a dead center to find the location, the dead center of every single one of these holes for one handle. Which, if you have them for one handle, you've got them for both. And then I can have those waypoints keyed into my DRO computer and be able to replicate them, hopefully. So I guess that's how I justified the purchase to myself. Got self-justification, son of a bitch, but it's always there when you need it, right? But yeah, it's a beautiful knife. And And as a side note, it fits in this sheath that I made. If you recall seeing my tutorial on how to build a horizontal belly sheath on blade forums. Let's see if I can do this one-handed here, because I'm holding my phone recording this with the other hand. But it fits perfectly in this sheath. There's Big Kitty, but there we go. The only problem, though, is because I wear a Blackhawk style, and it is a Blackhawk Riggers belt, and that's a 1.75 thick or wide or whatever, and these belt loops almost accommodate that belt. This would be good for a 1.5 inch belt. So this sheath will fit, your BM42s, your BM45s, obviously, and this is how good the fit is, and it's just perfect, because it is horizontal, and it just won't fit my belt. Thing is Kydex armored on here and on the backing here, and all along this whole back piece, and segmented here, and all the way to, this whole thing has a layer of Kydex in it throughout. So, if anybody wants this sheath, I was going to keep it for this thing, but it just doesn't fit my belt, and I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to start wearing a different belt just because my sheath doesn't fit. I love the Rigger belt. So, if anybody wants this, I think I was asking like 70 or something, maybe. $50. Get this sheath. Alright, but yeah, I hope you enjoy the video of this knife. It's a really fun butterfly to play with. I love the sound, absolutely. Very good, I guess I can equate to like a good Rizzuto swing guard, the acoustics. I mean, it's a different animal, but this has its own kind of awesome acoustics. I love that sound of the steel. Oh man, that ping. But yeah, awesome knife. Thanks again, Glenn. And yeah, stay tuned. There'll be more stuff, more cool shit ahead. So with that, you guys stay safe. Always keep your knife hand free. If you read Dune, you recognize that quote. And yeah, that's about it. All right, guys, later.